Welcome back to Car Flash Drive, your digital pit stop for detailed and dynamic car reviews. Today, we're diving into the 2026 Kia Soul, the latest iteration of Kia's bold and boxy compact crossover that's always stood out in a crowd. The Soul has come a long way from its quirky beginnings, and the 2026 model continues to refine that legacy with updated styling, modern tech, and a driving experience designed for city life with a touch of personality. Whether you're a longtime fan or just curious about what this distinctive hatchback has to offer, stick around because we're about to take a full tour, inside and out, and break down whether the newest Soul is still worth your attention in an increasingly competitive segment. At first glance, the 2026 Kia Soul doesn't completely rewrite its design language, but it does bring some fresh elements that help it stay modern. The front end receives the most noticeable update, with a slimmer, sharper headlight design that stretches outward with a sleeker LED signature. The grille is more integrated and refined, giving the Soul a cleaner and slightly more upscale appearance than before. Lower on the bumper, you'll find a wider air intake and redesigned fog light housings, which vary slightly depending on the trim. Kia keeps the iconic squared-off shape intact, but the execution is cleaner and more mature for 2026. It's still unmistakably a Soul, but now with a look that better suits the modern urban landscape. From the side profile, the 2026 Soul retains its signature boxy silhouette, a tall roofline, upright glass, and a high beltline that together create that familiar mini crossover stance. One thing Kia has mastered is making this shape functional without losing its funky appeal. The character lines are subtle but add some needed definition to the doors. There's now a new set of alloy wheel designs ranging from 16 to 18 inches, with the higher trim sporting a machine-finished look that adds a premium touch. A slightly revised C-pillar treatment and floating roof design help break up the boxiness visually. And yes, those contrast roof color options are still here for people who like a bit more flair. The roof rails are practical for small cargo additions, and even though this isn't a true off-roader, the Soul still hints at adventurous intentions. Moving to the rear, the 2026 Soul keeps its vertical taillight signature that wraps around the rear window, a hallmark design choice for this model. The lights themselves are now thinner and use a more uniform LED strip to create a sleeker appearance at night. The tailgate is relatively flat, which makes cargo loading a breeze, and the bumper has a new design that varies with trim. GT line versions feature a faux diffuser and sportier accents, while the more modest trims are clean and practical. One subtle yet appreciated update is the inclusion of an integrated backup camera housing that's less intrusive than in previous years. Dual exhaust tips are still reserved for the turbocharged variants, although Kia has scaled back performance trim options compared to older models. Now stepping inside, the 2026 Soul's interior continues the brand's mission of providing maximum usability with a modern and tech-savvy twist. First thing you'll notice is the redesigned dashboard layout that brings a greater sense of symmetry and flow. The standard infotainment screen is now a 10.25-inch unit across more trims, paired with a fully digital instrument cluster in higher variants. The UI is fast, intuitive, and supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Kia has also improved voice command functionality, making everyday use a bit smoother. The back controls remain physical buttons and knobs, a welcome touch for ease of use. The materials are respectable for this segment. Soft touch elements have been expanded, especially around touchpoints like the door armrests and center console. Base trims use durable cloth upholstery, while mid to high trims come with leatherette or a two-tone fabric leather blend. Ambient lighting, especially in the GT line, adds a dash of flair to nighttime drives, and mood lighting that pulses with your music is still here if you're into that kind of thing. The front seats are well padded, supportive for daily use, and now feature slightly extended bolstering for better long-haul comfort. Power adjustment and heated, ventilated options are available in the X and GT line trims. In the rear, space is still one of the Soul's secret weapons. Despite its compact footprint, the boxy design allows for a surprisingly roomy second row. Headroom is excellent, and legroom is very good even for taller passengers. The flat floor helps if you're sitting 3 across, and the rear seats fold in a 60-40 split, opening up a generous cargo area. The total cargo capacity behind the second row sits at around 24.2 cubic feet, expanding to over 62 cubic feet with the seats folded flat. Impressive numbers for a car of this size. The lift-over height is low, and the floor is flat, making this one of the most practical vehicles in the subcompact SUV category. When it comes to performance, The 2026 Kia Soul offers a couple of familiar powertrain options. The base engine is a 2.0-liter inline-4 making 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque, paired with Kia's intelligent variable transmission, essentially a refined CVT. This setup is tuned more for efficiency than thrills but offers adequate power for city driving and light highway cruising. For those who want more punch, the turbocharged 1.6-liter engine has been retired for this model year in most markets, reflecting Kia's pivot toward electrification and efficiency. However, there are rumors that a performance variant may return in limited markets down the line. Driving dynamics remain a strong suit. The Soul rides on a simple front-wheel drive layout, and while there's no AWD option, the car handles with confidence. The steering has good weight, especially in sport mode, and the suspension is firm enough to feel composed without being harsh. Cornering isn't sporty in the hot hatch sense, but it's tidy, predictable, and far more fun than its tall shape would suggest. Sound insulation has been improved slightly, especially at highway speeds, making for a calmer cabin experience. Safety and driver assist features are another area where the Soul steps up. Standard across all trims are forward collision avoidance, lane keeping assist, and driver attention warning. More advanced systems like adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross-traffic alert are included or available depending on the trim. There's also a new safe exit warning feature that alerts passengers if an approaching car or cyclist is detected while opening the door. A small but thoughtful addition. Now, pricing. The 2026 Kia Soul continues to be one of the best value propositions in its class. The base LX starts around $22,000, which includes the essential tech, an excellent infotainment system, and all the core safety features. The S and X trims move up into the mid-$24,000 to $26,000 range, bringing more comfort features and style. The GT line tops the range at just under $28,000, offering a sportier look, larger wheels, premium audio from Harman Kardon, and additional convenience features like a sunroof and wireless charging. Considering the tech, space, and design you're getting, the Soul undercuts many of its compact SUV competitors on price while holding its own on features. Kia also continues to back the Soul with one of the industry's strongest warranties, 10 years or 100,000 miles on the powertrain, along with a 5-year basic warranty and roadside assistance. That alone adds major peace of mind for budget-conscious buyers. So, is the 2026 Kia Soul still a compelling buy in today's market? Absolutely. While it's not trying to be the fastest or the most rugged, the Soul continues to deliver where it counts. Smart packaging, bold design, impressive technology, and strong value. It's a car that doesn't pretend to be something it's not, and in a sea of look-alike crossovers, it proudly stands out. For city dwellers, small families, and anyone who wants a practical, affordable, and fun daily driver, the new Soul is still very much in the game. Thanks for riding with us today on Car Flash Drive. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2026 Kia Soul, hit that like button, drop your thoughts or questions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new review. Until next time, drive smart, stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.